Nova and Moose are with Charlie. Okay, are you ready to get this party started up in here? I would love to make another cookbook, but right now I don't want to say I'm going to make a cookbook because I don't even have time to think straight with the studio and with everything else going on. I just don't have time for a cookbook. I would love to come out with a cookbook, but first things and foremost, I would love to do a meet and greet. I don't know what's for supper tonight. Charlie's got that duty. He's got supper duty. Okie dokie artichokes. After Wild Crocodiles. We're going to do our makeup today. I'm excited, okay? I'm excited. Okay. Don't know what we're going to do. I think I'm going to use, again, my Jeffree Star singles. I've been really liking them. I think we're going to go for a different look. I think we're going to do light pink, white, and... T-Berry, you're good, darling. I think we're going to do... Here's my idea, and you tell me what you think. I'm thinking a white with light pink and this, like, burgundy color. Just kind of making it into, like, a real nice, you know... real nice neutral look. I think that's what I want to do, and I might add in a little bit of purple, but I'm not really sure. We're just gonna have to look. We're gonna like a raspberry. You're right, Kayla. So we're just gonna like kind of go through here and use these, and we're just gonna kind of create something really cute. Okay. Hey, Vicky, how are you doing? Now, I've already drank my coffee for the morning, y'all. I've already taken my Sheilagy. I drank my coffee, and you guys will be proud of me. This morning, I ate breakfast. If you guys have been here for a long time, you know that I don't normally eat breakfast. I ate my leftover piece of toast. I had some turkey bacon, and I had a little bit of gravy for breakfast. So, got my protein in. We're doing good. We're going to have a really good day. Hello, VR King. Hello, D. Welcome in. So, let's get started. If you guys are just coming in, I do have bruised lips, okay? I did get lip injections, and they're just healing. That water is so good. What are y'all drinking? What are y'all drinking? Thank you for the follows, guys. Okay. Y'all always ask what I use on my face. The first thing we're going to use is moisturizer. We're going to go in with the Beauty of Joseon Rice Probiotic Balm. This has SPF 50 in it. And if you guys are not using SPF on your face, you need to stop what you're doing. Go to the store. Get you some SPF for your face, okay? Because if you don't use SPF on your face, you are... What lip oil did I use? It's a pH balancing lip oil. It's the Chill Lab Magic Black Plumping Lip Oil. That's what I used. Yeah, it's the Black Magic. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Magic Black Plumping Oil is what I used. So yeah, make sure you're using SPF. The next thing that I use is my L'Oreal Glotion. I always use my Glotion. And I use the shade 903. Okay? 903. You know what? I should probably make a video about how I found out that I wasn't getting charged extra. Do you think that would help people out on the TikTok? Oh, thank you. On the TikTok, do y'all think that would help people out? I'm nice. I'm not bad. You think it would help people? Okay. I think so. Okay. Yes, I did get to keep Snapchat. I don't... Okay, can I be transparent? I don't know how to work it. It's changed. I had Snapchat like... you think so? Okay, I'm gonna make a video about it because I thought there was multiple charges. But it wasn't the way it was broken down. Respectfully, it's not going to matter. Chloe, do you kiss your mama with that mouth? Dang, son. I haven't had it in a while, but it's changed. Like, I don't think I know how to use it. Because I thought that if I put my profile on public, that, okay, on Snapchat, if you put your profile on public, can anybody not just add you? Like, do you have to go through and individually add everybody? Because there's a ton of requests. I definitely follow you on a day in the life on Snapchat vlogs. You can do that, Danny? Thank you, Paige. Kindness is free. A lot of people forget that. That is one. A lot of people complain about the price of things, and then they go over here and they're mean to people, and they don't understand that they can't even respect the fact that kindness is free. So why the heck would they expect something else be cheaper in price? You know what I'm saying? Lord have mercy, some of these people. Some of these people. You can make stories. I'm waiting to be accepted on Snap as a... Oh! Would keep it to vlogs and such, just not check DMs often. They can subscribe to your Snapchat if you're a public figure. How do you get to do that? It's like TikTok. They're following you. You adding them back is like you adding them as a friend. Oh. Semaglutide and trizepatide are the two. Thank you, Morvid. Or, I'm sorry, Morvarid. Thank you. No, I'm not selling anything. She was guilty. Megan Boswell was found guilty, which, hallelujah, praise Jesus. I think we all kind of felt that. You know, okay, I have a question. If you're in like a trial in court, now this is we're just talking, guys. If you're in a trial in court, I did not think they were allowed to show the jurors. But today, when they were like panning over the courtroom, they were showing the jurors. And I didn't think they were allowed to do that. But who am I? I don't work for the legal system. This is the NYX Cosmetics Shadow and Liner Primer in Ultimate. This stuff is good. It's the Megan Boswell court case from Tennessee. If you guys want to look it up, all you have to do, type into YouTube. All you have to type in is Megan Boswell, Tennessee, day 1 court, and it'll pop up all of them. Not supposed to, and the judge made them turn off. Okay. Is that why the judge made them? Is that why the cameras went off? A brief summary of the case. Yes. Okay. So I'll give you guys a brief summary of the case. Ooh, this can be like murder mystery makeup with Kaitlyn, right? But in like Bailey Serum, except for, okay. So, if you guys didn't know, it was in 2020, a little girl in Bristol, Tennessee, actually Bluntville, like Bristol, Bluntville, Elizabethton, like they were all over the grid, okay? They were not supposed to be shown major no-no. Heavy on the noggin. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Charlie! I'm going to tell him why they turned it off. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Charlie! Anyway, I guess he's not going to answer. So, back in 2020, there was a little 15-month-old who had went missing. And, yes, I did. They're saying that they could have turned the cameras off because they showed the jurors. Because I saw them on the cameras. Yeah, you can watch. It's not a show. It's actually a live trial. It's a live trial that's going on. They're trying her for her, I guess they're trying to see her sentencing now, is what I should say. So, back in 2020, Evelyn Boswell went missing. Her mom, Megan Boswell, at the time she was 18, She did not report her kid missing. She kept telling her friends and family and everybody outside of that she was with her dad. And her dad's name was Ethan. So Ethan was in the military. And here's the thing, he was on base. So if you're living on a military base, everybody and their brother's mother knows that you can't have a child at a military camp. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. You can't have a child there. That's like a no-no. Okay, you can't have a child living in a barracks. Okay, Evelyn was 15 months old, and she just kept giving the police one verdict versus another verdict, and just she couldn't get her story straight. She never had her story straight. Every time she went in for questioning, it was, oh, she's with Ethan Perry, which is her dad, or oh, she's with my mom, or oh, she's with my dad, or oh, aunt, I think it was like her aunt, her great aunt or something had her. Like, it was just all this stuff. Megan Boswell's dad, Tommy, we're going in with the color mohawk on a fluffy brush. Megan's dad, Tommy, gets fed up, okay? He's like, Ethan isn't actually the dad. This comes out later. Ethan isn't actually the dad. No. This comes out later. He did not know this at the time. But, so, where was I at? Y'all are getting me all everywhere. Everywhere. I'm going to do a darker lipstick. I just got lip oil on right now. 3 of the 7 because he showed. Cameraman was court on 3-7 because. So, he is going to court on 3-7 because he showed the jury. Oh! Okay. So, Tommy, he was sick and tired of Megan giving excuses, okay? Tommy Boswell was so sick and tired of this. So what you need to know is that Tommy was engaged to another lady. I cannot remember her name, but Megan and this girl switched phones all the time, okay? And Megan and said fiance switched phones back. And Tommy's like, okay, I'm going to call the police and have the police come pick up the phone to see if they can find anything on the phone so we can find our grandbaby. When the cops get there, he's like, I give you permission to search the whole property. Okay, I give you consent to search the whole property. Well, they searched the whole property. February, I can't remember the exact date, but in February, they did discover the remains of baby Evelyn in a trash can, upside down, smashed with foil over her head. Okay? And it was, all of the baby stuff had been put in a different storage unit. On Christmas, this happened before Christmas. On Christmas, Megan doesn't have baby Evelyn and tells everybody that baby Evelyn is with the dad, the supposed dad, Ethan Perry. And they went to Gatlinburg on Christmas. Baby Evelyn nowhere to be found. What do? They just go take a trip to Gatlinburg. Evelyn, or not Evelyn, but Megan, Hunter, which is Megan's boyfriend of the time, and I think Tommy even went. This is before Tommy got suspicious. But they all went around Christmas to the aquarium. They had a grand old time in the Great Smoky Mountains, okay? They had a grand time in the Great Smoky Mountains, okay? And so in February, when they discover the remains, they bring Megan back in and say, listen, we have to find baby Evelyn. This is her last chance. The detectives have already recovered baby Evelyn from that trash can. They know what they found. And she's saying, oh, I rolled over on her in her sleep. Somebody rolled over on her in her sleep. We woke up and she wasn't there. She was gone. Okay, he's like, okay, so tell me a little bit. Was she cold to the touch? Did she have blue skin? Was her eyes bloodshot? They were wanting to try to figure out, they were trying to ask questions. And she was like, I don't know. I wrapped her up in a blanket. I held her all day. And I told Hunter told me he was going to take care of it. And he's like, well, where do you think he could have taken her? She said, I only know one of two places. Either my dad's property, which is Tommy, or if she wasn't on Tommy's property, she was at the boat dock. Will somebody fill in on the chats what case we're talking about and where to find it? So the cops are like, you're going to have to be more specific. And she's sticking to this story. I don't know anything besides he left with her. Then, all of a sudden, he's like, I can help you if you tell me. She says, oh, I remember something. Our trash can in the kitchen was gone. So all of a sudden, she now remembers that there's a trash can missing. And he was like, was there anything else missing? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know where he took her. I don't know. I know she can be one of two places. Well, they arrested her. I don't know if boyfriend had anything to do with it. I don't know if the boyfriend had literally anything to do with it, but I do know that in Tommy's, whenever he was getting questioned, he did say that he was out because he has another kid. One of his kids was having a seizure, and he went out to go get seizure medication for his kid, and whenever he was coming back, he noticed Megan's car backed up to the building unloading stuff. And I don't know if Hunter had anything to do with it. I have no idea. I literally don't know what happened. This just happened in my area. So, today, in 2025, she is just now going to trial. It was a 7-day trial. They are now waiting to deliberate her sentencing. She has life. It's either life without the possibility of parole or life in prison. I personally, if it was my choice, but I'm glad it ain't because it is not my place to make that decision. But if you were to ask me, she does not need to see the light of day ever again. She does not. And they're trying to say now, in closing statements, I'm going in with Jeffree Star's only child. Right now, the case is, let me get a drink of water. I've got cotton mouth, something awful. So, they're trying to say, the defense, in closing statements, is trying to say that Megan's upbringing is what caused this. That if she had a better upbringing, none of this ever would have happened. That's what they're trying to say. Personally, you choose what you do in life. Everybody has the same choices. Everybody has the same opportunity. And life is what you make it. That is my personal opinion. Take my father's family, for instance. 3 boys in the family. And they have a sister. But we're just going to take the sister out of it to make it easier. 3 boys. My dad, a successful business owner, entrepreneur, very hard go-getter. My uncle worked in trade industry his whole life. Tradesman, now is going to be a police officer. She was so beautiful. Yes, she was. My uncle, a drug addict, a convict, moocher. They were all raised the same way. They have complete different lives. It is all in how you take your situation and how you deal with it. And I think some people, and I think her defense, they're just grasping at straws, right? They're just trying to pull on the heartstrings, right? That's what they're just trying to do here. They're just trying to make it, they want her at 69 years old to be able to be on parole. But I'm telling you something, y'all. At 69 years old, she still needs to be behind bars. She did the unthinkable to her baby, in my opinion. This is just alleged. My opinion. She is guilty on all 19 counts. Going in, she had 20 counts. They've dropped a count. I don't know what count they have dropped. Yeah, Evelyn doesn't even get to live her life at 69. You're exactly right. So, That's just my opinion. That's the case. That's a little rundown. They are now trying to decide if she is going to be able to have the possibility of parole, or if she's going to have to live her life behind bars. Now, I'm going to do a question with you guys. I just want to ask you all what do you guys think? Do you all think that the verdict is going to tell you? Do you think A, happy face, it's going to be the jury is going to give her life with the possibility of parole? Or sad face, actually, let's do it the other way, because it's going to be sad if she gets to get out. So let's do happy face. She's got life in prison, no possibility of parole. Sad face is going to be she gets to have the possibility of parole at 69. What do you think the verdict is going to be? This is it's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. It is the Megan Boswell trial from Tennessee. It's like the Bristol, Bluntville, Sullivan County area. This is an area that I'm very familiar with. I live in Tennessee, and I live in the Tri-Cities area. So this is a case that has been going on for a very long time. Thank you guys. Thank y'all for the gifts. So yeah, I definitely think that I hope that the jury, which I don't know what's going to happen now since the television crew showed the juries. Stop. You're funny with the top lip. Okay, so 144 people think that she's going to get life without the possibility of parole. I hope so too. I hope so too, for that baby's sake, because that baby's not going to get to have a life. That baby's not going to get to go to college. That baby's not going to get to decide what she is going to be able to do for the rest of her life, because her mom, and this is speculative, I'm going to keep saying that, speculative, that she killed her kid. She should not be able to have a free life. She should have to be constantly behind bars, constantly reminded of what she did. She should not. And people learn and grow from their mistakes. I 100% agree with that, and I 100% believe that. It happened when she was really young. She had a bad upbringing, but that is no excuse. That is no excuse. Thank y'all for the gifts. Yeah, and you never know, she could do it again. My hair? Thank you. All right. It's the Megan Boswell trial on YouTube. If you type in the YouTube search bar, Megan Boswell live trial day 1, start from day 1. There are 7 days. We're on the 8th day, or the 7th day. We're on the 7th or 8th day today. And we're on the 7th or 8th day. They're finding out her sentencing right now. Okay? So if you guys go on YouTube, type in Megan Boswell, Tennessee, day 1 case, live trial or something like that, it should pop right up. You should be in the loop. You should be in the whereabouts. You should know everything that happens. If you guys have just joined and want to know what's on my lips or why my lips are bruised, I got my lips done yesterday and they're a little bruised and swollen. It's all people's choice. It's not something after. I know. Hello, Bobby Sue. Yep. It's just wild. I don't know. I'm very interested in stuff like this. Like the Casey Anthony case, I was very, 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 I was following that one pretty closely. Because it's crazy how the stories that these people can come up with and the excuses that they can come up with for something that is inexcusable, you know? I'm good. How are you all? Thank you so much. It just depends on where you get them done at. Casey Anthony was so guilty and she's putting... I know. She wrote a book. I have not read her. Has anybody read Casey Anthony's book? Because I know she has one. I know. And the Megan Boswell case is so identical to the Casey Anthony case, it is not even funny. It is not. Tennessee got her guilty of 19 charges. Come on, Tennessee, give her life, no parole. Are you serious? She did. What? Is that this? Charlie! Will you look and see what the verdict is? Yeah, she is guilty of all 19. But have they came up with the conclusion about... I assume that they arrested the cameraman because he showed the jurors. Whenever he was zooming out, he showed the jurors, and that's like a big no-no. So what happened, the last thing that happened today that I know before I got off, because this is broadcasted live, right? And it's saved. So before I got off, only thing I can recall that happened is when they were zooming out after Megan's grandmother was on. I know she's guilty, but did they give her, have they finished her sentencing yet? That's what we're waiting on, her sentencing right now. So they stopped the cameras, and right before they stopped the cameras, the cameraman zoomed out, but he showed 3 jurors. I saw 3. I saw a man, 2 men, and I think this one was a woman. I'm not sure because it was so brief. Okay, they're still deliberating. Okay. So I know for sure there was 2 men, and I think either this one was, I think this one was a woman, but I'm not 100% sure. But yes, the cameraman showed 3 jurors where the cameras went down. Sound went off, cameras went down, everything. So I'm thinking, I don't know this for sure because I had to get off. But I'm thinking, because the judge made it very clear in the beginning that the jurors are not to be shown. Highly, highly, highly confidential. They are not to be shown. And then someone just said that they arrested the cameraman. I don't know the validity of that, but we will have Charlie look into it to check on its factual. I'm sure that it's correct. I don't think anybody would lie, but we're just going to make sure that it's correct. And I'm just putting this white. I forgot to tell you the color of the white. It is sad. Thank you so much, Bobby Sue. This is Glamour Shot, by the way, by Jeffree Star. We are talking about the Megan Boswell trial that's happening in Tennessee right now in my neck of the woods. It is a sad, sad case. I've got this going on YouTube, so if anybody misses it and wants just a quick recap, there's tons of other information out there, but I just give a quick little recap on my YouTube, and it'll be up later today. It says he was taken into custody and the cameras were confiscated. Megan Boswell is her name. Thank you so much, Flavor Queen. He didn't commit a crime. He won't be arrested. Yes. So okay. The judge said, I don't know what'll happen, but the judge said at the very beginning, you are sentenced to 10 days in jail. If you show something, if there's a flash that goes off, anything, 10 days in jail initially. This was said at the very beginning. Jurors are to be kept highly, highly confidential. There is not to be, he said something about camera flashes. There can't be loud contempt of court. Yes. Held at contempt of court. That's what it is. They do that because the jury goes home and could try to Exactly. Yes, exactly. So courts are becoming very, very strict. So jail time is very possible. Contempt of court, very, very possible, because the jurors were shown and they're supposed to be highly confidential. So yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. I think that, I don't know for a fact, but I definitely think that could be a possibility, especially if I don't know. I don't know. Jillian, were you? That was the Chris Watts case. I watched that on. I love talking about true crime and stuff. Like, it's, I know a lot of people think it's really weird, but I just have a weird fascination with true crime. I'm really into true crime. I think the human mind and how it works. Did you follow the, oh no. When was this? Chris Watts was sickening. Sickening. But for me, it goes beyond just like what they did. Mine is how their brain works. Like, what's making them do that? Like, what makes them think in their right mind? Like, do they not, like, is it just someone being pure heartless? Like, what is going on in their brain? What is making their brain, like, think that it's okay to do these things? You know what I'm saying? That's what I find fascinating. Because never in our right minds would we want to hurt somebody, right? Like, we would not, like, want to cause somebody significant harm and them end up not here, right? Like, it's crazy. Self-defense, different. So different. Self-defense is one of those things, like, if you're defending yourself, that's so different. But it's unwarranted, that's wild. And how is their brain thinking? How is their brain wired to think that way? I'm going in with the purple now. I would love to have been a psychologist. This is 1985. Or a psychiatrist or a forensic, like, pathologist. Something like that. Because things like that, judge made everyone leave when a juror got sick, viewing some of the evidence super strict. I know, it does.
Best I can tell right now, they're still deliberating.
Okay.
And the judge is making notebooks and stuff like that. So the final shindig ain't happened yet.
Okay, but what about the cameraman? Some people are saying that the cameraman got arrested because he showed the jurors. I saw 3 of them whenever he was zooming out. And then the cameras cut, and that's whenever it went back to the new Center 5.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to have to do research when I get out then. I'm going to have to do research because I got to figure out what happened with this cameraman. No, that's not good. John Wayne Gacy, all of that stuff, like, it's just, I don't know, it's just, I don't want to say fascination, but it almost is, like, a fascination of, like, how. I'm talking about, okay, so if you're just joining, I'm talking about the Megan Boswell case. It is the trial for her daughter's red rum. And she has so far been, thank you so much. She has so far been convicted of all 19 counts. She originally had 20. She got convicted of all 19 counts. But right now they're waiting on sentencing. So we're trying to wait to see if, I'm going back in with that white color. We're waiting to see if she gets life with the possibility of parole at 69, or best case scenario, life without the possibility of parole. And that's what I'm rooting for, life without the possibility of parole. I think that's the least that she deserves. Like, she unalived her kid. She knew what she was doing. She was an adult. She's had this kid for 15 months. There are plenty of places, if you're fed up with your kid, there are plenty of drop boxes. Plenty of drop boxes. plenty of baby boxes. So, you can't find out anything on the cameraman. They took your phones the whole time? It is. It's sad. It is so sad. Yeah, it's... It says the cameraman is in custody. Well, we have a baby box where we live. There's no excuse for her. There's no excuse for her. There's no excuse. She was in the foster care system growing up. She knows how it works, right? She, not like, this is not negating her in any way. She did have a rough life. Like, she did. She witnessed her mom and dad abuse rugs and stuff like that. Like, there is no negating the fact that she had a rough life. No, nothing that says that. There's no negating that fact, okay? But she grew up in the foster care system. She knows how easy it is for kids to be put in the system, okay? And so she knew how much of a better life being with her her foster mom, her last foster mom. She knew the love that a foster parent could give because they had a close bond, right? They did. And so she knew how a foster care system would be. If she really didn't want that kid, she had a choice. And she made the wrong choice. She could have putting her kid up for adoption. A half. I got a half, Nancy. So she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was manipulative. She lied deliberately. She tampered with evidence. She tried to blame everybody except for taking accountability for herself, and she is ultimately gonna pay the price for it. So I don't feel bad for her. Do I hate that she had a rough life? Absolutely. Nobody deserves to have a rough life. Nobody deserves to have a rough upbringing. But ultimately, life and your life choices are what you make it. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. There are no excuses, because an excuse always begins with but. Or, well, just saying. That's just my 2 cents. Okay. I think I want to do purple eyeliner, but I don't know if I have any. I want to do purple eyeliner. Should we try to do purple? No, Kate, I haven't. Well, the chair is not, death penalty, not a thing. It was not an option in this case. They did not, it was not an option. It was not an option. Well, I'm not going to say that. She is guilty, yes. But means you're dismissing the whole comment. Exactly. If you have to follow okay. If you have to follow something up with a but, might as well not even listen to what they're saying. It's an excuse. So next time you hear someone say, I would, but... ifs, ands, or buts are nothing but excuses. You know? I'm looking for my purple eyeliner, y'all. Hang on. And if y'all are wondering, Caitlin, what the heck do you got in your bag? What is in that freaking bag, girl? I've got sugar gliders. I've got sugar gliders. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous, but they're brats. All right, Caitlin. Girlfriend, where is your eyeliner? There's blue. There's green. I need purple. Yes, please. Purple. I found it. I got it. He was a public defender. He was not. Oh, I knew. I looked up day one of this case. I looked up. Did she hire an attorney, or is it a court-appointed attorney? And thankfully, it was a court-appointed attorney, because if she would have paid an attorney, she would have had the possibility, like Casey Anthony, to get out of that. And she didn't need that. I don't know. They haven't come up with a verdict, generally, or in this case. Wait, what do you mean? No, just in general. Like, if someone says, I would love to do this, but that's an excuse. Let me put it in a full sentence. I would love to do this, but I have a lot of stuff to do today. I like Summer Fridays. What are you looking at by them? Or, I'm sorry, but yes. Yes. I'm sorry, but I'm just... If you wanted to, you would. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm using is Mateo Beauty, and we're just using, it's a purple liner. No, someone said she didn't believe in the penalty, so I was just asking her in general. Oh, I don't know. I have a hard time with the penalty, the death penalty. Here's my opinion, and I'm just going to voice it the way that I do all the time. I have a hard time with the penalty, only because, I'm just going to call it the penalty, only because I don't believe in certain circumstances, like criminally wise, that we should have the choice to make someone's life end. For me, that's also another out, okay? So, like, that's like an easy way out. Not saying that. But ending someone's life, they don't have to live with their consequences. In my opinion. My opinion. I feel like if someone does something, life behind bars is going to be so much more of a significant repercussion than the penalty. Okay? Because they're going to have to live life behind bars, sitting there in a cell, and they're going to have to live with that. Right? They're not only going to have to live with that, they're going to have to live with cellmates, cellies. They're going to have to live with all of that, because they're not going to have an out. But I also, on the turn point of that, I could see on the taxpayer's dollar, but what all do taxpayers pay for anyway? We pay for a lot of stuff we shouldn't have to pay for. I would much rather pay for somebody to sit behind bars, and this is just a broad statement. This is not speculating. This is not to be turned into a debate. This is not to be conversated upon. I'm just going to say it and leave it at that, because this is just a simple opinion. But I would rather pay for someone to sit behind bars than to pay for someone who wants to sit at home, who is totally capable of getting a job living off the government. There are some people living off the government that absolutely cannot get a job and that cannot work, but there are also people living on the government that can 150% work. So I would rather pay for somebody to sit behind bars with my tax money than pay for, you know what I'm saying? So That's just my opinion. They can work. They can have jobs. They can do things. It's just an opinion. Like, it's just, and I honestly think, now, it's not my choice. I do not want to ever be in the position where I have the ultimate decision of, should this person be put on the penalty or not. Right? So, so that is another thing. Like, I don't think that we have the authority to make that decision, right? Because it's ultimately the man upstairs' decision on when we go see him and when we go to our judgment day, right? It's not our decision. In my eyes, that's doing the exact same thing a schmurderer would do, a red rummer would do, in a different way. It's just in a legal way. But what makes it legal? It's still the principle behind it. You're still putting an end to somebody's life. You're still taking the time to say, okay, it's over. Yeah. I think I'm going to outline the liner in black. No, not everyone behind bars is guilty. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. I just have on a lip oil, but I did get my lips done the other day. This lip oil is the Chill Lab Magic Black Plumping Oil. And in the same vein, everyone guilty is not behind bars. Speak it louder for the people in the back. You know, the only people that aren't behind bars are the people who are getting by with it in the moment. But you just have to remember, karma has its funny way of working its around. And listen, it'll come back to each and every single person. It'll come back around. What comes around goes around. What's delivered will be received. So, maybe they're not caught yet. One day, it'll catch up to them. And if it's not on Earth, it's in the afterlife, and I don't want to be there for that. That ain't my job. I just work here. I just work here. You know? Karma's up. Isn't that a song? Isn't that a song? Karma. Karma's up. I think that's a song. Isn't it? What did I do with that purple eyeliner? Because my eyes aren't the same. They're not the same. It's by... Oh. I just work her. Yeah, that's it. I just work her. Actually, I think I want to leave it that light. I think I want to leave it that light. I don't think I want to outline it in purple. Or in black. I think I actually want to leave it. I think I actually want to leave it. Oh, thank you, Chrissy. My Halloween sleeve, thank you. Yeah, I think I like it light because I think the mascara is really going to bring it together. So I think I'm going to leave it like this. Who? It's your girl? Who? Thank you. I did get filler yesterday, yeah. And my lips are bruised. Alright, I'm going to use Tarte's Camera Lashes today. Go a little higher on the right side. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see it now. Thank you. I didn't, sometimes we can't see it, so thank you. I see it. Ooh, I need to get a mirror. The hair clip, thank you. Uh-oh. Dottie's in there yelling at Nova. Ooh, now they look different. Oh, that looks better. Okay, that looks better. Ooh, these are weird wings. I did them really big today. I do not color my own hair, no. I need to tone my hair, though, because where I do my makeup every day, my money pieces get brassy at the roots. Like, do you see how it's, like, kind of brassy right here? My room? Thank you. It's messy. This room is messy. This room is messy. Do you carry them with you everywhere? I don't know about gliders. Yes, I carry them everywhere. They're in... Okay, let me show you. Okay. This is their cow pouch. I have 2 sugar gliders in here. They're marsupials. They carry their little kids in there. Oh, Simply Jamie. Yes, we got that handled. It was on my end. It was nothing of TikTok. It was my end. I'm just not observant. So I'll tell you guys about that in a little bit. But here's the cow pouch. It's got a little vent in here, and I always keep it unzipped. You guys will never, if I have the gliders on me, you will never see it zipped. But if Charlie, my mom, my dad has never carried the gliders, but like one time. But if my mom has the girls, most of the time it's zipped. If Charlie has it, definitely zipped. I never keep it zipped because they never offer to come out. But if I go to leave somewhere, they will come out to try to find me. So they zip it up. But they just sleep in here all day. They're nocturnal. So they love sleeping and they love being close to my chest. They love hearing my heartbeat. So oftentimes, if I don't have it around my neck, like whenever I go to vacuum and stuff like that, I'll just put them down in my shirt and I'll keep them close to my chest. That way they can hear my heartbeat and they will snuggle the closest to my heartbeat. And sometimes you'll hear them bicker because they like to be really close. So they just, if they smell you and they're with you, they know that you're there. That's spending time with them. That's what's called bonding with them. They love bonding and they love to be carried. When they get up, they love to be handled for just a little bit. They like to be, like, I'll pet them and stuff in their cage, and me and Bubbles play this game. I call it the hide and seek game. She goes in her trash can and I'll do like this with her. And like, I'll be like, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. And she'll like go like this and she'll hide in her trash can, and then I'll find her in her trash can. So we play a lot of games. Lily is more of a love bug. Okay, Lily is more of the love bug. She loves to cuddle. She does not like to play. She likes to sleep and hang around. Okay, she's our little old lady, and she's amazing. How do I tell them apart? So at first, Bubbles and Lily was easy to tell apart because of their snout. So Bubbles has a very round face, and it's not as elongated. I about called her Nova. Lily is... her snout is a little bit more elongated and her face is a little bit more flat. And then just recently, probably about a year ago, Lily had an injury on her tail and we had to amputate her tail off. So now they're super easy to tell apart. I can just pull them out of the bag and Charlie can now tell you who's who. But before, Charlie was never able to tell you who was who. Okay. So I can show you them in the bag, but I'm not going to get them out because light hurts their eyes. Again, they don't, they're nocturnal, so they don't really like light. Their eyes are adjusted for the darkness. Can y'all see them down in there? Here, I'll try to get one of them's face. Hey, just show your face a little bit. Just show your face a little bit, baby. Oh, go. How's go? How's your go? How's your go? How's your baba go? How's go? How's this go? Yeah, they're weedle. I can hold them both in my hands. Like that. Yeah, they're so cute. Okay, let's put them in the shirt. Let's not put them around our neck. So, yeah, here's what I do. If I've got them in my shirt, here's probably what I'll do today. This is probably how they'll be. So I'll just keep them like this. This is probably how they'll stay the rest of the day. But yeah, that's the girls. That's Bubbles and Lily. I have them all the time. If you ever see, thank you, Tyler. If you ever see something hanging around my neck, or if you see, like, in the summertime, this is not going to be unusual, so I'm going to pre-warn you guys. In the summertime, if this side of my chest looks huge, like it looks like I got an augmentation on just one boobicle, okay? I did not get an augmentation, okay, of one boobicle. That's the girls. I keep them in my bra. So, like, y'all are gonna be like, ew. They love it. They love it. In the wintertime, I keep them in a pouch because they're warm, okay? They get warmer, right? So, but I don't, just one. But I keep them in my bra when, it's hot outside because they love it there. And so, yeah. They're sugar gliders. We don't talk about lifespan of sugar gliders. We don't talk about it, but I can tell you how old they are if you want to know. Please don't post it in the chat. I do have bruises on my lips. Lily is probably about 9. And Bubbles is probably about 8. But I don't like to think about their life expectancy because I love them so much and I don't want anything to ever happen to them. You know? Okay, we're gonna curl up. Do you hear the dogs? They're playing. They're playing. Bubbles is the cutest name. Do you guys want to know how I named Bubbles? Do you guys want to know how I named Bubbles? So, have you all ever seen the Trailer Park Boys? Have you all ever seen the Trailer Park Boys? Well, Bubbles is from the Trailer Park Boys. And if you don't like Bubbles, you can exit the chat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Google, just Google Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. Super funny guy. Super, super funny guy. I just love his Ricky. I know. I just love Bubbles' personality in Trailer Park Boys. His personality is so great. He's so, like, funny, but serious at the same time. I love him. I love him. And you guys might... Perry! Thank you for the heart me! But, yeah. Your colony has 15. That's amazing. I would love 15. Perry! That was insane! W. Perry! That was insane. What was that called? It was like a spaceship on the screen and it just went up. Insane. Insane. Thank you so much. This is the Lights, Camera, Lashes Platinum. And somebody said that Trailer Park Boys was filmed in Canada. And I think it was, yeah. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I think it was. Nova Scotia, right? That could be like, oh my gosh, Nova's name was meant to be Nova. Does she read the chats? Yes, I do. I mostly focus on TikTok because there's a lot of people on TikTok. This is mainly for a watch back. This is mainly for watch back, but I do look over here, yeah. Your son did a meet and greet? That's amazing. Filmed in Nova Scotia. Oh my gosh, you know Nova's name was meant to be because I love Trailer Park Boys. I love... Is it raining outside? What the heck? Sugar gliders do not fly, they glide. Perry! Oh, y'all. Did we decide to battle tonight after that gift reminded me? Did we decide to battle tonight? Pumpkins? There is no weird question. What's up? Hey, Tay. Yes, do battle. Okay. Have I battled this week? I don't think I've battled this week. Did I? I haven't battled, or I have battled. I don't remember. The bruises are on my lips because I got my lips done yesterday. Did I on Monday? Maybe I did on Monday. I don't think you have, or I have. Oh, I have? Okay. Thank y'all for reminding me. Thank you, Whitney. I'm just afraid that the bruising's gonna stay. The bruising looks really ugly. I don't think I'm your dad, no. When did you battle Perez? Do I like burgers? Yeah, I like burgers. Aw, thank you so much. It will. Okay, good. I'm hoping it'll go away fast because my bruises, the only reason I think it's going to stay is because I've had this bruise on my arm and I don't even know where I got it. Where I have my autoimmune, I bruise so easy and my bruises last forever. Like I've had this one for like a month and it's just now. You can barely tell. It's still got a spot right here. But besides that, yeah, I'm going to put on a dark lip today. I'm going to actually put on a bruise color lip today. I love your hair. Thank you. Odd question, but what are the cool coffin doll looking things? They're exactly that. So if you guys are wondering what is behind me up here, these are called living DEAD dolls, okay? Living passed away dolls. Living DEAD dolls. Or coffin dolls, okay? So they used to be really popular back in the 2000s. I started collecting them. People would buy them for me for Christmas. All those that I got was on special occasion. Like, I never went and got them. They were a little expensive at the time. I would pay $25 for them all day long, okay? I would pay $25 today for them all day long. But back in the day, in 2000, like, I didn't have a lot of money and stuff. And I would get them for special occasion. I can tell you when I got every single one of these coffin dolls. Like, that is how special they are to me. And they're just more than, like, dolls on the shelf. They represent, like, a lot of things for me. The very first one I got was this cool guy at the end. He's in the blue wrapper. So he's our first little guy that I got as a birthday gift. And I fell in love with them because they are so unique. They're different. They're very different. They're special. They're limited edition. And it just kind of helps me express my, like, weird side. And I really like it. I didn't get punched. I got lip injections. But honestly, your lip could look like this if we run our mouth too much. You know what I'm saying? Last night I told people I got popped in the mouth and y'all would never know the difference. Y'all would never know the difference. Do you have a ghost in your house? I don't want to say definitively yes. But yes. There's just too many things to happen in our house. Especially, I think it followed me from my mom and dad's house. I would love to go to an oddities expo. I have 2 taxidermy bats that I need to put in shadow boxes. And I just haven't done them yet. But I like them. I don't know. But, like, there's like so much stuff that happens in the house. There's too much stuff that happens. Yeah, last night is a great example. Like, last night we were in the bathroom. I was on live and I heard footsteps, but I thought it was the dryer, so I didn't think anything of it. And then I heard it again and I told the pumpkins, I said, "Did you hear that?" And I thought Charlie was coming in the bedroom to scare me, is what I thought. And turns out he was not in there. So I asked him, I was like, were you in here? And he was like, no, I was literally at, I was literally in the kitchen, and I was like, that's weird. But yeah, stuff happens all the time. One of the scariest things, though, was doppelganger activity. I thought that I saw Charlie, and it wasn't Charlie, but it looked exactly like Charlie with a towel wrapped around his waist. And I was talking to him, and he wasn't talking back, so I went into the bathroom because he was taking a shower. So I was going to head to, because I thought, okay, let me backtrack. So I was in the kitchen, and I was talking to Charlie as I was feeding the girls. I had went to go into the kitchen. As I was going into the kitchen, I saw what looked like Charlie going from the bathroom to the dresser. So I was talking to him. I was like, did you have a good shower? Like, I don't know why I asked that, but I was like, did you have a good shower? And he didn't say anything. And I said, so you're really going to be like that? And so I was walking to the bedroom because I was going to be like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? So I go into the bedroom. I look over, and there's nobody there. There's literally not a soul in sight. I go, and I guess I was white as a ghost because I go into the bathroom, and I'm just standing there because Charlie is getting out of the shower. As I go, what happened to your live when it... Oh, Mermaid, I got bananaed, but it's because we were playing a game, and we said a word that we should not have said, but we got it restored right after. But Charlie was getting out of the shower, and I just stared at him like that. I probably looked like this because I just saw him, right? He was in a towel. But you know what's weird? Is Charlie never wears his towel wrapped around his waist. He never does. I don't think he ever does. Now, I do have short-term memory loss, so he could. But I really don't think that he... Yes, my TikTok account. Yes. We'll touch back on the TikTok account. The TikTok shop thing. But yeah, I don't think he ever does. I do not think. Okay. Now, the other night, we were playing our game. Charlie read a question, and we didn't realize that even though it was in a game, we couldn't say one of the words that was on the card. And we did get bananaed for like 2 seconds, but it came back. So that was taken care of. We just have to figure out a different word to use instead of that word if we ever come across that instance to where we're like playing a game if it's in it or something. Then secondly, TikTok shop. If you guys are just new coming in, let me wipe my lips. If you're just now new coming in, last night on live, I was on live and I said, oh my gosh, pumpkins, check your all's accounts because TikTok, I think, has been double charging us, right? I'm freaking out. I'm like, I can't sell on TikTok shop anymore, okay? I can't sell on TikTok shop anymore. This is what I said in live last night. I was like, listen, I can't do it. If TikTok is double charging people and taking people's hard-earned money, I'm not going to advertise for them. I'm not going to do it. So I'm upset. I'm heated. Boy, do I need to tuck my tail in between my legs like a dog who's in trouble because, listen, that was me, pumpkin. I go through this morning. I'm hot and heated this morning. I go in. I start writing everything in my notebook. I go on the TikTok app. I start checking off my transactions. Need I say more? Need I say more? Need I say more? And I think Charlie made a good point. I think I do this all the time, and maybe I should stop doing this, but I will shop for my sale lives when I'm laying in bed half asleep, right? So I pick my stuff while I'm in bed. So we think that could be the thing. So I was using my debit card for some of my sleepy transactions, and I was using my business card for other transactions, and I wasn't going forward through the comments. Everyone using. Yes, thank you. Yes, it is not fraud. Yes. Thank you for putting that in there, Trisha. And I'm going to make a video too, because I don't want that. I am just very transparent with everybody, and I don't, if I notice something that's suspicious, I need to tell you guys. Like, that's what I feel like my platform is for. But I think in this instance, maybe I spoke too soon, because I'm just seeing all the charges on my debit card and on my business card, and I'm thinking, oh, they've double charged. But that really wasn't the case. So I'm sorry. And I personally apologize. And I will still be selling on TikTok Shop, which is good, because, oh no, Mariah, don't be sad. Don't be sad. But yeah, I couldn't leave that on my conscience. You know what I'm saying? If I see something, say something, right? If I notice something, I'm so transparent with y'all. Sometimes I feel like I'm on it. I'm told sometimes that I'm too honest, that I'm too open. I do not think that as a bad thing. I don't see it as a bad thing. I love being an open book. I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. So I feel like transparency is key in our relationship here, right? So in order for you to trust me, I need to be very open and honest, right? So I do try to be like that. I'm a Capricorn, Raven. So I can't, and like I was telling Charlie last night, like I just wouldn't feel right if I didn't tell you guys, because I purchase a lot off TikTok Shop, and I post a ton of TikTok Shop content. So that was just like weighing heavy on me. Like, I can't put this on my conscience if I can't keep selling on TikTok if this was happening. And that's why I went ahead and said something yesterday. But maybe I spoke too soon. I should have just looked a little bit further. Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy. I knew you were an earth sign. I'm a Taurus, and we vibe well with caps. Oh, that's amazing. So if you have nothing to hide, tell me what you really think of me. I think you're fine, Danielle. I think that I bought some purses, and one came in yesterday. It's a little bit more of an expensive purse, but it comes with 3 in 1, and I thought of you right when I opened it. That is my honest opinion. That is my honest opinion. Thank you, guys. You ate the Big from the Mac. Listen, I would have a Big Mac about right now. That sounds pretty good. Actually, no, it doesn't. If I'm going to be honest, it doesn't sound good. You're fun to watch. Has it been weird without music? Have I been able to hold a good conversation? Do I play Roblox? No. Purses, yay, I'm excited. That's really what I think. I like you, Danielle. I don't think anything's wrong. Tammy, can we see the purse? Yeah, I'll show it to you. Did you do your coffee today? I did. I drank it earlier, and I think it's got me, like, hyped up. My lip, I got lip injections, and they're bruised. Found you on the For You page. Oh, thank you guys for the follow. No, what'd Chaz say to me? What'd Chazzy say to me? I'm the most amazing person. Thank you. I don't play Fortnite. My favorite song, oh my gosh. Right now, my favorite song would probably have to be Smile by Morgan Wallen or Messy by Lola. Hello. I'm going to catch up on these comments over here. Hang on, guys. You're so gorgeous. Stop it. You're gorgeous. What's your tattoo? Which one? Which tattoo? You're the most amazing person. Oh, thank you. Y'all being mean. She's honestly looks so sweet. I can be mean. I'm not perfect. I am in love with TikTok. I am in love with TikTok. There is no denying that. TikTok has completely transformed my life. Can you tell us more stories about your house? I'm interested. Okay. Why is there no music? Because I'm on YouTube as well. All this is getting recorded on YouTube. Yeah, I can tell you more stories. What kind of, does anybody on TikTok know a story that I could retell? Remind me of some. They're wanting a ghost story. Is it a ghost story? What is scary stuff in the back? Why is there scary stuff? I like spooky, scary stuff. Oh, the TV. Oh, swimming pool. Ooh, okay. The TV. We'll do the TV first. The swimming pool. The swimming pool. The swimming pool. The swimming pool. Remind me of the swimming pool. Getting married in a graveyard, that's true. Did I inherit my home? No. Okay, so we'll do the TV first. So we were cooking supper. This was on live. A lot of these remind me to tell about the lives with Katy Perry. Just say Katy Perry and I'll know what you're talking about. Okay. The lights going off is another one. Okay. So I'll tell you this. Ooh, we're going to have to separate all these, but we're going to give you short versions of them while I'm looking for my eyebrow pencil. Okay. So a little bit ago, we were on live. We were making supper and, out of nowhere, this loud noise. Was it a commercial? Was it, I don't know. I don't know what it was that was on the TV, but something came on the TV and it was loud. Okay. It was loud. The remote, the TV was off. The remote was laying on the TV mantle. It's not like an actual mantle, but it's like the TV shelf. Oh, the mermaids. It was there and dogs couldn't touch it. Nobody, the cats weren't up there. Like nobody was there. And the TV just turned on by itself. It was completely off. It wasn't even on because me and Charlie have noticed if you keep the TV on and you turn, like, let's say we leave for a minute and I can't find my stinking eyebrow pencil. So we're going to have to go with another one. So let's say me and Charlie leave. We don't want to leave the dogs by themselves. So we turn on dog music. Okay. We turn on dog music, right? So when we come back, we'll just pause the dog music and eventually it'll go to the home screen. Well, we've noticed that like after 30 minutes to an hour, the TV for dogs, yeah, for about an hour, it'll come back on. So I don't know if that's like a setting in the, I don't know if that's a setting in the TV, but the day that this happened, the TV was completely off. So there's that one. Another one that happens on TikTok Live a lot is Katy Perry will sing and the live will completely glitch out, or we'll hear a conversation over our TikTok. And that has happened like 3 or 4 times. And it's every time a Katy Perry song starts. Every time a Katy Perry song starts. Yeah, it's crazy. It's things and stuff like Paranormal Activity and stuff is one of those things that it's hard to believe it. It is hard to believe it. Like, unless you see it firsthand. Because I was kind of a skeptic. I knew that there had to be something other than like living beings, but I didn't know to what effect. But I definitely think energies are around. Do I think it's like necessarily a form figure person? I don't know. But I think it is some type of entity, some type of spirit. The dartboard at the studio was another good one. Energy is everywhere. Exactly. Like, I definitely think there's afterlife, and I think there's ways to communicate, but I don't think that we have found the barrier. I don't think we know, like, the barrier of how we can communicate to give, because they need energy, right, to communicate with us. So, I don't know. I love Paranormal Activity, but I'm scared for it to happen to me. Honestly, if I'm going to be 100% transparent, the only time I have been scared of something, or I don't want to say scared because I wasn't 100% scared, I was frightened, was me seeing Charlie, and it wasn't Charlie. That was like the one thing that has happened to me that I'm like, this doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. The trial is back on. I asked my dad why, and he said it's the house settling. My dad's the same way. So we went to this place called Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, okay? This was before tours became really big. I had a special tour. We did like it's on my YouTube channel. It's got a lot of hits on it. It's been a really good video. People love that video. George took us through Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. I was going there. I was doing a docu-series for myself. I was doing 31 Days of Halloween, and I wanted to do content every day on YouTube for the 31 Days of Halloween. So my bright idea was I wanted to go to Brushy Mountain. I wanted to do a private tour if we could, and I wanted to YouTube it. Well, I did do that. And we went through, and I was also taking pictures because I'm also, photography is really fun to me. I love just to go out places and to, I love to go out places, and I love to take pictures, and I love to photography, like nature and other things, right? So I was also taking pictures of the pen. And we were in the chow hall, which is the cafeteria, and there was nobody. Remember, we were taking a private tour. It was only me, my mom, Charlie, and George. That's all it was. I'm using the Wing Me brow. That's all it was. Me, my mom, Charlie, and George. And I was snapping pictures of the chow hall line and how people get in the chow hall. Nothing suspicious in the pictures when I look back. We keep going. On the way home, I'm looking through my pictures on my camera, and I see in the chow hall line, I'm a new subscriber here. Would you ever play? No, I would not. Ouija boards are out of the question for me. I have a Ouija board. I never use it. I don't plan to use it. It has never been used. I use it as decoration. I even have the planchette, but the center has been popped out. I want to not play with a Ouija board. I want nothing to do with that. I think that can offer bad spirits in your house. I love the looks of a Ouija board. I think they're beautifully decorated. But I would never mess with one. Ever. I would never mess with one. I have been asked and asked and asked to use it. I use it as decoration. I used it as decoration in my old room, and it is in my closet right now. It's just in my closet. I just have it. It's never been used. It was a hand-me-down. It was actually, I don't know if it was my aunt's or whatever, but she had one. They had bought one a long time ago. And my dad tried to burn the box to it, and it would never burn. So the box is literally at the studio. And, no, the Ouija board has never been used. So yeah, I'm not going to get rid of it. I don't mess with it in that way. So there's no way spirits can, I don't know. I wouldn't think. I would think you would have to use it and invite spirits, and I'm not doing that. What did I see in the pictures? Yeah, we'll go back to the pictures. So at Brushy Mountain, I'm going back through the pictures, and I'm like, Charlie, was there anybody in the chow hall with us? Was there anybody in the chow hall? And he was like, nope, it was just me, your mom, and George. Me, you, your mom, and George. And I was like, I thought so. I was like, I want you to take a look at this picture and tell me. I did get my lips done again. And tell me if you see anything. As soon as I showed him the picture, he saw it. We zoomed it in on my computer when we got home. As soon as he saw the picture, he saw it. It was an old man with big glasses. A silhouette, just the top portion of his body. You can't see the bottom portion of his body. It is a silhouette of the top portion of somebody's body, and he has glasses. I asked my dad. My mom was a skeptic before this, okay? I'm telling you, 100%. I have chills on my arms telling you this right to the second. My mom was a skeptic right before this. I showed my mom the picture, and she said there is no way. There was nobody in there. So I asked my dad. I say, Daddy, can you explain this to me? Because he's a skeptic. And he was like, there was somebody in there. You guys just didn't know it. And I said, yes, but he wasn't of human form, right? He wasn't like physical. And he was like, I don't think so. He thinks that someone was in the chow hall and we didn't see him. But I know there was nobody in the chow hall. Charlie knows there was nobody in the chow hall. Mama knows there was nobody in the chow hall. It was just me, Mama, George, and Charlie. George had glasses, but George is tall and skinny. The guy in the picture is a little bit shorter than Charlie and pudgy and has glasses. Yeah, I can show you the photo sometimes. I'll have to find it. It's hard to find because it happened so long ago. But yes, I will definitely show you guys the picture. I think Charlie has it on his old phone. Was Charlie skeptical before? That I don't know, because we had things happen at my dad's concrete plant that opened his eyes. So yeah. Oh, don't be scared. I did not feel scared. Okay. I'm going to say this and it's going to make me sound kooky. I think I am sensitive. I think I am sensitive to people's feelings and things like that, right? Like, I consider myself like an empath because I'm very aware of people's feelings. Like, I feel like I feel people's feelings. If you're sad and you're crying, I feel your pain. It might not be the same level, but I feel your pain. Like, so I feel like that I feel like I'm crazy saying this out loud, but I just feel like I can tell if something is good or something is bad. And I have only felt that one time. And it's, like I said, whenever I saw Charlie. And it wasn't like an overwhelming sense of bad, but it was just like, this isn't right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just in that sense feel like I'm very, I wouldn't say gifted. I would just say I'm very aware, maybe. I could have no clue what someone's crying about, but if I see them cry, I will automatically start crying. I might not physically cry with you, but in the inside, my heart hurts. Like, it's just something internally that it's like, wow. Like, have you ever been to Sephora? Oh, yes. Hey, I've got a question.
What?
When you get a second, will you see if you can find that picture of Brushy Mountain?
It's on my old phone and the phone's dead.
Oh, okay. And then one more question before you leave.
What?
They want to know if Brushy Mountain is what helped you believe in the paranormal, or if it was before that.
I believed in it before that, but that just 100% made it like definite.
And who were the people that was there at Brushy Mountain? Who were we in the tour with? Who was in the chow hall?
It was me, your mom, you, and the guy giving us the tour. But the guy giving us the tour, your mom and me were in front of you when you turned around and took the picture, and I was standing there with you, but like behind the camera. So there was nobody else in there.
You heard it from his mouth. So keep chatting it many times per day. It could take weeks or months. Been places or seen people. I'm like, nope. Thank you, Bambi. So I guess that was the tip of the iceberg for him. That was like what helped him realize. Thank you, Cameron. What in the picture, it was just this picture, and it was of the chow hall line. And in the picture, in the line, you see an upper torso, and it's of a man. It's kind of clear, but it's not at the same. It's just kind of hard to understand. We'll see if we can get Charlie's old phone charged and see if we can pull up that picture. But it literally just looks like the upper silhouette of a man with glasses. He has like the old Jeffrey Dahmer glasses on, and he's pudgy, like he's a thicker man. He was probably about 6. The way he was standing in the chow hall line, it looked like he could have been about 6 foot tall. And that's all I know about him. That's all I know about him. Was the lip injection? No, they're not painful, but it is aggravating having a bruised lip. It is kind of, you can predict what people are going to say. What? Have I ever had something happen in your home? Yes. Whenever I used to live with my mom and dad, Charlie was here for this. When I used to live with my mom and dad, this happened shortly after Brushy Mountain, I think. We used primer, guys. That was the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I've been really loving this primer. If y'all have not used this, it's super good. Thank y'all for the follows. I'm doing good today, Maria. Was that dude with y'all the whole time, the one with the glasses? No, he was never there. That's what we were saying. Like, George, who was with us, he was our tour guide. George was a tall, skinny guy with glasses. The guy that I described that we saw in the chow hall line was short. So, no. It is a very good primer. I don't know what I was... Oh, yeah. Oh, Danielle, that's crazy. We had this very tall figure wearing a gray outfit, looked wide sleeves and a hoodie. Wow. By NYX Cosmetics, yes. I'm sensitive to the paranormal. I'm also an empath. I don't know if I'm sensitive to paranormal. I don't know how you really gauge that. I don't know how you gauge that. But I don't know if I wouldn't say I don't think I'm sensitive, but I just think that I'm into it. So of course, if you're into it, you want to look for it more. Therefore, you chase after it, right? So like that's the whole reason that I was taking pictures and stuff, is because Brushy Mountain State Pen is supposed to be one of the most haunted prisons out there, right? Or state penitentiaries. But at home, this is the Jeffree Star Concealer. I'm sorry, guys. Jeffree Star Concealer in Diet Peach. Okay. Thank y'all for following and stuff and being here. Y'all are spending a lot of time with me, and I appreciate that. So next up, we'll talk about what happened at home. So I was at home. It was me, Charlie, and my mom. The kitchen light was on, and I had went in the kitchen to make me a sandwich. And every time there was 3 steps to go up into the kitchen, okay? And every time I would hit that top step, the lights would go off. The lights would go off. I would walk 2 or 3 steps, and the lights would turn back on. I did it 2 or 3 times. Walked down the steps, The light was on, would walk back up the steps on the top step, the third step. The light would go off. I would walk 2 or 3 steps into the kitchen. The light would turn on again. I would go and I would do it again 2 or 3 times that way. Okay. So we're thinking, oh my gosh, there's a short, right? There's a short in it. So I'm like, Charlie, come up the steps. We're going to see if it happens to you. And then we're going to check the outlet, the switch. And hang on, I'm getting my foundation. We're doing the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. Tarte Shape Tape in the color, the face tape, I'm sorry, Fair Light Neutral. So Charlie comes up the steps. Light stayed on the whole time. I walk up the steps right behind him. Top step, I hit the top step. Hit the top step. Lights turned off. Go a couple steps in the kitchen. Boom. Light comes back on. Charlie's like, there's no way. No way. Last time I got lip injections was last October. So over a year. I don't know if I'm going to keep getting them. They were just having a special. She caught me at the right time. That's it. They just caught me at the right time. Anyway. So I tell Charlie, I'm going to go in here to the living room. Walk up and down the steps a few times. See if it happens to you, right? No, doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Hello, AJ. Didn't happen. So I started walking up the steps again, and it didn't happen. It has never happened since then. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, you can ask me a question. What's up? Never happened again. Couldn't tell you 100% if it was paranormal or not, but it was pretty suspicious. Thank y'all for the follows. I know. Crazy. I've never lived in Alabama. Hello, Lil. It's okay, edits. My day's been good. I don't know what Charlie's doing. He's all over the place. That man is all over the place. Can you tell the story when you seen Charlie, but it wasn't him? I missed it, if you don't mind. All that happened was I was going from the gliders room back into the kitchen to finish cleaning up. And Charlie was in the shower, or he told me he was going to get in the shower, right? And I saw him, or what looked like him, wrapped in a towel. It looked exactly like Charlie. Wrapped in a towel around his waist, going to our dresser to get dressed. And so I'm talking to him, and he doesn't answer me. So I go in there, and I walk in there. There's nobody standing in front of the dresser. I go into the bathroom, and he's getting out of the shower. Charlie's my husband. Your skin looks flawless. Thank you. Thank you, guys. It's doppelganger activity. Super not good. Doppelganger activity is not good. But I have not seen it again. I don't think Charlie has seen anything like that. That is the only time that has happened. And that was right after we went to the Bethesda Cemetery. So I don't know. What did Charlie say? He saw my face. I saw him as he was getting out of the shower. And he asked me, he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "You're telling me that you're just getting out of the shower?" And he was like, "Yes." And I said, "There's no way, because I just saw you in front of the dresser, or go into the dresser." And he was like, "No, that wasn't me." And I said, "Yes, it was." And he was like, "Kaitlyn, no ma'am. No ma'am." Oh, I love putting on makeup. It's so fun. Oh, Tammy, thank you. Was this today? No, this was, oh Lord. Now it's probably been about a year ago. It's been a while. The trial's back on. What are they saying? Do I have a purple lip? Yes. We live in Tennessee. Can you explain why it's not good? Okay. So, theory is, Talisha, why it's not good to see a doppelganger is that could be a bad spirit. And I'm going to use that loosely because I'm going to actually just say it could be a tainted spirit. It could be tainted. So, as in, they could be here not for a good reason. I don't know that 100%, but that is just, I didn't feel, when I saw Charlie, or when I saw impersonator Charlie, I was very confused. And I did not have a good feeling. It was like the pit of my stomach wasn't feeling right. And that's why I was like, did you have a good shower? And then he didn't answer me. So then I got mad. So I think that feeds all into it. But I don't know. Can I see a picture of your husband? It is very terrifying. It is very terrifying. Especially, like, I was scared. But I wasn't scared to the point that I felt like, I don't know. I've never felt that again, so that's good. Have y'all ever experienced mimics? That's the only time. That is the only time I have ever experienced anything like that. And I'm telling you with 100% certainty. Hey, Mina. With 100% certainty, I saw Charlie. I know I did. But it wasn't him. Wasn't. It was not him. Because he was getting out of the shower. And there's no way he could have gotten from the dresser to the shower without me seeing him. No, there are not demons in my house. I feel like I would know if there are. I think that we have a friendly visitor because, like, the little things that happen, like, the other day, me and Charlie were looking for Nova's remote to her training collar. And Charlie's like, I looked in the beauty room. It's not in there. So I was like, I'm just going to go look again. So I go in there and look everywhere, top to bottom in here for the training collar remote. Not in here. Okay. I called Charlie almost time to go live, right? And I'm like, I have not seen that training collar anywhere. I have looked high. I have looked low. I'm using the Jeffree Star loose powder in lavender. I have looked high. I have looked low. There is not. The training collar remote is not in this house. It's either with you or we've accidentally taken it somewhere. I come in the beauty room before live to put on my chapstick and to get my lips ready for live. And listen, you're never going to guess where I found her remote. It's the Jeffree Star Cosmetics one. I found that stinking remote laying on this toolbox in plain sight. In plain sight. So I think like little friendly things like that happen. Yes, I have experienced a lot of stuff, yes. But maybe you just missed it. It was in plain sight. There was no way. I even took a picture, or not a picture, but I called Charlie on FaceTime. And I'm like, look where I found it. And he's like, there's no way. There's no way. I looked there this morning. So, I mean, it could have been, I could have looked over it. That is a very big possibility. But guilty of the first degree. But what about her sentencing? All the time. That was the House Labs blush in Glassy Hibiscus. Hello? Life Without Parole. Have you ever lived in Panama City? No. All right, we have a birthday. If it's your birthday, listen up. We're going to sing for you, okay? Here we go. Tara! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, India. Happy birthday, dear pumpkin. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Happy birthday, pumpkin! I hope anybody who has a birthday is having a good birthday. I've got a headache for some reason. I'm starting to get a headache. Why? Why are you so obsessed with me? It's my son's 8th birthday. I took him cupcakes to school. Oh, that's so special. That is so special. I'm going to use the cookie highlighter by Benefit. I loved those stories. I definitely believe in the paranormal. It's hard not to if you experience something, but those who have never experienced anything, it's kind of hard to believe. You know, it's like believing in what you can't see in, right? Sometimes for people it's harder to understand. Oh no, the shots gave you headaches? Geez, if these shots give me headaches, I can't do them. Why would nobody experience anything? I'm not a professional by any means in this topic, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, right? I would just anticipate or say that, like, if you don't experience anything, you're just not looking for it, or you're overlooking it, or writing it off as something else. I think it's either that or or maybe you don't know what to look for. Or maybe you don't know how to look for it. Some people don't even care. You know what I'm saying? And some people who say that it doesn't exist, it doesn't happen. Well, people like that are going to take anything and say that it's not an experience. So you could have had an experience and you're just not aware of it. Like something weird that has happened that you've written off in your head is something, could be something different. Like, I don't know your situations and I don't know what instances you guys are in, but it's always different. Everybody sees and feels and hears and interprets things completely different. It's like a song, right? So if you listen to Smile by Morgan Wallen, you might not get the same feeling that I get by listening to Smile by Morgan Wallen. It may speak to you in one completely different way than it speaks to me. So it's all, I think, mainly here. But I think it's using a lot of this. Your soul, your gut. I think it's a lot of putting your mind with your heart and your body in the feeling. So I think it's definitely perspective for everybody. I got my lips done yesterday. I love that song. Oh, thank you. Mind, heart, body, and soul, yeah. I haven't, no. Yeah. I don't know, it's interpreted by everybody different, you know? Like, It's kind of like a painting too, like perspective. Everybody's going to see a painting different. You might look at us at the Starry Night and get something completely different than what I get. They had to cut the cameras again? What? Yes, pets, I think, can tell before we even tell. It's a fireplace from TikTok Shop. Alright, going back in with my mascara. Nova is having a good time. Did you have a gummy? Did you have a gummy when you saw Charlie? No. No. Anything, if I, like when I used to partake, anything that I thought, I do not, any experiences that can be written off as something else, I do not count. It has to be without a doubt in my mind. No other logical explanation. You know what I mean? There was no logical explanation for what happened. I saw Charlie. But when I used to partake, if I had a gummy and something happened, like one time I was outside gardening before I came in to do supper live, and I thought I don't know, I cannot say without certainty, but I thought I saw someone peeking out of my neighbor's window. But I cannot say without 100% certainty. I could have been psyching myself out and looking for something. You know what I'm saying? So I could have been looking for something. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, what? I don't know, Nut Tree. I will have to look at it whenever I get off to see. I'll be able to give you an update at supper time. Someone's trying to communicate. What are they saying? Oh, Sarah, thank you. I see your little pumpkin, darling. The trial is, I love this lip color. Oh, wow. I have a piece of dry skin. I have a couple of pieces of dry skin. I'm afraid to pull them. The trial is the Megan Boswell trial from Tennessee. It's easy to find it. No, I stop all the time, Denise. I don't like talking about this because it makes me feel weird. But I have had the Lippy, by the way. Anastasia Beverly Hills Blackberry Lip Velvet. Okay, so I'm putting everything away. I'm not going to look at the comments so I'm not distracted. Whenever about a couple years ago, like 2-3 years ago now, I got into a car accident on the interstate. I was fine then, but what we didn't realize is that I had a concussion. And the concussion went, like, untreated, I guess. And, like, I didn't take anything for it. And then I woke up. There was one night I had a super, super bad migraine. Like one to where I was past the point of sick. I even told Charlie, my husband, I was like, if I don't feel better in the morning, I'm going to the hospital. Like, it was that bad. But he had, see, the thing is that he had to work the next day. So I told him, he was like, do you want me to stay up to you? Or he was like, do you want me to stay up with you? And then if we have to take you, we have to take you. And I was like, no, let's just go to, you can go ahead and go to bed. If I can't sleep, I'll just go in the living room. Well, turns out I could not sleep. And my headache was so bad, it started making me like hyperventilate because I was worrying so much. And I was like, I guess hyper fixated on how bad my head was hurting and like how scared I was about it hurting, that it started making my chest hurt. And then I had contemplated waking Charlie up to go to the hospital, but I was like, no, he works in the morning. Like, I don't want to do that to him, but I did not feel comfortable driving. So that night, I didn't know this until months later, but that night I had a stroke. I had a stress-induced stroke. I didn't have your normal stroke symptoms. I did not have facial drooping. I did not have slurred speech. I was able to hold my hands, level. I did not have any signs or symptoms of a stroke. Fast forward a couple of weeks, I kept feeling really funny. My head just kept feeling really funny. And I was on live. I forgot something in the oven. And this has never happened. I'm a great multitasker, okay? I used to be a great multitasker. And I left something in the oven, didn't turn on a timer, and it burned. Not like me. And so I started getting worried because I would forget little things. Charlie would be like, we already talked about this. And I'd be like, no, we didn't. We did not talk about this. And my head was just feeling funny. And so I went to the neurologist, the cardiologist, and I also got admitted into the hospital. I was in the hospital for almost 2 weeks. Couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Nobody could figure it out. They literally called me the mystery patient. Their mystery patient. I went into the ER presenting with a blood pressure of 250 something over 170 something. The highest blood pressure anybody has ever seen walk into that hospital. I was walking. I was talking. I was able to hold a full conversation with you. I am a walking miracle. They literally keep telling me, we don't know. All your tests are coming back. Your heart is perfect. They were then thinking, okay, your gallbladder is gone bad or your spleen has gone bad. So they did all of these not biopsies, but they did all of these tests. They would not let me leave my room. They wouldn't let me stand. They wouldn't let me do anything. They wouldn't let me do anything. And so whenever I finally got released, they were like, you have to follow up with cardiology, neurology, and you have to go, I had to get an ultrasound of my liver and kidneys. I had to get an ultrasound of my liver and kidneys. And everything came back perfect. And I was doing research, and I came across, it is very rare, but I came across a case of a lady who had so much stress and so much anxiety that she literally gave herself a stroke, a stress stroke. So I asked my primary care doctor, I was like, is this something that could have happened? And she was like, I don't know. Let me send you to a specialist. And this is on YouTube. Yes. And I went to a specialist, and they came to the conclusion that yes, it was a stress-induced stroke. And they think that the night that I had my stroke, that my body had been in so much stress from the car accident that my body didn't know how to handle all of the stress, and that's why I was hyperventilating. That's why I was being very, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe at all. It was like an elephant sitting on my chest. And they think that my body was just under so much stress that it shocked my body and I had a stroke. So that is for you. So that is why it is very important for me since then to cut out all of the stress in my life as much as I can, because I stress over everything. I'm not kidding. I stress over everything. And it just stinks because a lot of times people are like, you literally told us something. I can't remember it. What I learned from this whole thing is whenever I had my MRI, it killed the back part of my cerebellum. The cerebellum is what houses your short-term memory. It also houses emotions. And some of your emotions. And that part of my brain is gone. That part of my brain is it's black duramatter. It's gray duramatter now. So I will never have functions of that part of my brain ever again. It just won't happen. So the doctors that I went to tell me that I need to do like word searches. I need to read. I need to do things that exercise my brain. No, I can never get that part of my brain back, but I can do things to help. Oh, that's good information. Oh, thank you. I do a lot, yeah. I have stress-induced seizures with short-term memory loss. That's crazy. You're a living miracle. Yeah, I am. That night, like, I have never been that scared for my life. That night, I have never been so scared because I didn't know what was happening. Normally, I can, if I'm having like an anxiety attack, because those are normal for me. If I'm having an anxiety attack, I normally can control it. That night, I couldn't control anything. I couldn't control it. Was Charlie mad that you didn't wake him up? Very. After he found out what we found out, he was very upset with me. But I hate making people worried. That is like my worst fear, is like, I don't want people to waste time worrying about me. Like, I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I don't want anybody to go out of their way for me. Anything. I'm not that type of person. I don't ask for special treatment. I don't ask for anybody to feel sorry for me. Like, I don't ask any of that stuff because that's just not the type of person I am. Looking back now, if it could happen again, because since it's happened once, the doctor said I really have to keep a close eye on my stress level, aka that's why I had to set up healthy boundaries with people in my personal life, is because it was affecting my mental health and overall my well-being and me living. So, I don't know. Stress over every little thing. Me too, Mary. Me too. When did this happen? 23, I think, is when it happened. In 23. So 2 years ago? No, there is no need to be sorry. There is no need to be sorry. Thank you. Boundaries are very important, yes. I'm going to look at the verdict after. I had the TB. Wow. Pink house, that's crazy. You stress a lot. That's why I always tell people if I see them stressing out a lot, like, I'm like, that is honestly, Stress can raise your blood sugar? I know it can raise your blood pressure. Oh, okay. Yeah, everybody struggles with stress, yeah. But some people can cope with their stress a little bit better than others. I'm not good with coping with my stress. My favorite makeup products? Ooh, I don't know if I have one. But I'm going to get off of here. And I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the day with Charlie. I'll see you guys. Let's see. Probably 6:30. I'll see y'all around 6:30 tonight. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Do you like the makeup look? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. Hit that post notification bell. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. Till next time, spread love, kindness, and positivity to yourself and others. Stay cool and be you. Bye!